the dead, when to the depths we go, where secrets sleep and shadows grow. Torch in hand and steel held high, we laugh beneath the doomlit sky. Into the depths, no fear, no rest. The deeper we go, the truer the test. Through shifting stone, each step forward more alone. Gold and glory, traps and tombs. We carve our fate in silent rooms. When to the depths we go, where secrets sleep and shadows grow. Torch in hand and steel held high, we laugh beneath the doomlit sky. Into the depths, no map, no guide, just courage, blood, and luck beside.
A sudden hush falls over the crimson canopy of the scarlet grove. The wind stills, the leaves stop rustling, and even your breath feels muffled. Before you, embedded in the vine-wreathed stone of the courtyard, the prime gate shimmers, its form not wholly stone nor spirit, but something between. A single door rises from the ground within the ring of ancient runes. Its hue pulses with otherworldly color, a new shade each time it appears. Today it glows with a deep bruised violet. Then the gate speaks. You stand before the threshold of balance. All things that enter must do so willingly. All who pass within are known to the depths. Some will return with truth. Some will not return at all. This door was not built. It is called by dream, by fear, by desire. You summoned it. If your heart dares what your voice cannot speak, then step forward and descend. The depths await.
We're back. Sorry, my apologies. I went blank there. I don't know what happened. Anyway, welcome, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. I am Deacon Blues. This is Deacon's Table. I am your resident dungeon bastard, as some people have called me in the past, or call me your DM or dungeon master, whatever you like. Probably more of a dungeon bastard for this particular series that we're doing. This is the wonderful cast this week, and we're going to go through and meet everybody because we have a rotating cast, as some of you may know. And just to explain Into the Depths, every other Saturday we do our best anyway to do a dungeon crawl, and this is a randomized dungeon crawl that is controlled by something called the Prime Gate in our world. It is a sort of a demi-plane dimension all its own. The party itself is a group of 4 that go in. They enter the dungeon to gain treasure, experience, knowledge, whatever their purpose. And every week we do a roll-off, and randomly a person either is ejected and another one comes in most cases, or they volunteer to leave and another player comes in. If we have another player waiting. So that's how this series works. And we will be starting next month our new series, which is the Southern Expanse, which is our pirate series, which is coming very, very soon. It is fast approaching. We also will continue to do our Tuesday night mini adventures. They are still in the works. They're still being planned and plotted out. And, of course, we do have some other games coming up as well, which we'll tell you about as we get the details down. So, without further ado, let's go through and meet our cast of wonderful characters. First up, we have Cass.
Hello, everyone. Normally, you've seen me as Runetash here, the Twilight Lupus Cleric. Tonight, I'm playing Cassantor, the Ursus Giant Barbarian. Just a big, lovable Pooh Bear.
Okay, lovable. Pooh Bear. And next up, we have Val Mill.
Hello, I'm Ace. I'll be playing Valnil right now. Valnil is a reborn cleric of Griva, and as we all know, she is very big and buff.
Yeah. And next up, we have Fade. Fade, there we go.
Hello. Hello, this is Jenny, and I'm going to be playing Fade Zamora. So she's a Celifern Umbra Scion sorcerer of the Draconic bloodline.
Nice.
So
And
she's
last
to
up?
the shadowy person.
Yeah. And last up, we have Onyx.
Sorry, I wasn't ready. I'm playing. I'm switching up my spells and multi-classing. Not multi-classing, multitasking. Too much beauty. I am playing Onyx, the Minotaur Grave Cleric.
Excellent. And that's pretty much everybody. So at this point, we are going to get into where we left off and what we were all doing. We were on you were on the third level of the depths, and this is episode 2 of level 3. You are in the 6th room, and then we're going to share the screen as soon as I can bring it up. For some reason, nothing seems to work right for us the first time around. Every time we play,
It's been weird tonight. I don't know what's going on.
and yeah, tonight's been a little bit weirder than usual.
Serious.
Friday the 13th is happening today and not yesterday.
It must be. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a delay.
something's
It's a delay. I think that's what it is. For sure.
Anyways,
Yeah, Friday the 13th, just a day late. That's what's going on.
seriously.
All right. So I will share with you guys the link here in the chat of this particular stream, which will let you go to Owlbear to move your figures as we see fit. To present the.
All right,
shared
if you
screen.
guys, you can move mine for me because I don't think I can do Owlbear at the same time.
Yeah, you're on the phone.
Yeah,
It's difficult.
On mobile, it's difficult.
I think we're.
Yes, and it likes to kick me off if I go anywhere else than staying on the screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
And we don't want you ejected yet. We want you ejected after we're done.
You okay?
No, I don't think he's well. Let's do this. Aha! I think that works. I
I'm
think that works
giggly
really.
today.
Oh, we love you, Jack.
You're something.
That's good. That's a good thing to be. That is a good. What am I?
So Fade reappears into the chamber they all left off and looks around and says, "I'm back. Did you miss me?"
Of course we did.
And she looks at Cassantor and says, "You look a little different, Runetash.
What?
Hey, hey,
Where am I?
where's Runetash? Who are you?"
I'm Cassantor. Who are
Well,
you?
hi, Cassantor. I'm Fade Zamora.
Oh, Cass looks very confused and has no idea what's going on.
Just so players out there or people out there watching get an idea of what people look like. Let's just zoom in on the room, so they can get a. Well, this person's not there.
Okay, I'm ready.
And neither is the other person in the middle.
Look at that.
What now?
My goodness.
What is happening? Where?
Oh, I didn't put my face.
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
where is everybody
gone.
going?
What is happening?
I don't know. Nothing's happening.
The two
Yeah,
grave
yeah.
clerks have been left alone.
I mean, we'll probably survive. Maybe.
Got this.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
There's the depths. Da-da-da-da. Oh, there we go. We can put him in
How do
here.
I get rid of that?
Aha.
I did get rid of that. I'm so
We
smart
would-
sometimes.
Ooh, he is
We'll
big.
change this.
Ooh, she is big.
We're going to change the size of them. Don't worry.
Oh, there you go. And hey, Fade, you're looking awfully tall. My goodness. Hi.
I don't even see me on the map yet.
I'm sorry?
I don't even see me on the map yet.
You will in a second.
Aha, there we go.
There you go.
It's easy.
It's just because I have to switch to the screen that actually is shared in order for it to update, even though it's not the screen that I use to control characters.
I guess I don't need that.
So yes, this is where everybody is at this point in time. You guys can.
Volnil is actually going to approach Cassador and goes, "Hello, I am Volnil, grave cleric of Griva."
Cass reaches out his hand, shakes Valin's hand. Oh, I'm Cass. I'm new around here.
Cass would actually notice that Volnil's hand is definitely cold.
Oh, you should stay by the fire.
That's funny.
She goes, "I do not think a fire will help me."
Cool.
Okay, so
we could always
you
try.
guys,
I could light one fire.
Obviously, you've awoken after a long rest, and some of your party has switched around. Fade is back for those of you that remember Fade, and then we have a new character with
bonus
Cass.
action.
Ursus.
Sorry.
So did Cass just come to the grove to look at the area and end up here, or did he get taken right from Mistwood to end up here?
No, he walked through the prime gate in Scarlet Grove, same way everybody else got here, just at different times.
I didn't know what it was. So,
why do I have that?
So, and you do know that on the other side of the door that's there is a hallway that's about 15 feet long that ends in another door.
Hallways.
Well,
have we searched this room thoroughly?
Yeah,
that's what she was going to ask.
You did.
Okay, cool.
Onyx, Valnil, did you search this room already?
Vol nod.
Yes, I feel like we have accurately thieved this room. I guess that's a right. Thieved. Because, I mean, I don't know. Possession is 9/10 of the law, so to speak.
I don't think.
So which way shall we go?
I think there's only one way to go.
Yeah, I don't think Fade realizes where she is right now in the dungeon, because I think she was still on level 2 when we came in.
We were just starting down level 3.
Yeah, we were just coming up. Level 3 has been a very literally a linear dungeon.
Okay. I will point out that we came from where we came from. I'll point out to the door that we came from in. I can't ping it.
To the right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll point off to the door to the left and say, I think this is where we're heading, though I don't know if it's locked or not. Have we checked and make sure it's safe to go through?
The thief we had with us attempted to check the door, but I'm not sure how successful she was before we.
Maybe we should double check just to be safe.
Okay.
We can't get the door open. We can go in the way we came. Wait, whatever way you came, I should say.
I don't know if it leads to anything other than back to the start. I feel like this is the only door that we have as an option.
Vol would nod and say, yes, this floor has been very one-directional.
It has, hasn't it? Which is odd, because the rest of them have been sort of multi-directional, so you question why this one would be so linear, but I'm sure there's a reason.
So Vol will check the door to see if it's...
Yeah, you guys have opened this door. You've looked down the hallway. It's a 15-foot hallway that ends at another door.
Okay, so Vol will just say, as she turns back, the only thing we haven't checked to see if this hallway is trapped.
Oh.
Vol starts picking at something in her pocket. She pulls out some rotten flesh. and tosses it into the hallway.
Why do you have rotten flesh in your pockets?
She goes,
What?
I
I
have
have
for a
food in my
spell.
pockets.
She goes, I am a necromancer. It's something I need for one of my spells.
Hey, okie doke. I'm not judging. I'm a cleric. I get it.
So this chunk of meat you toss into the hallway, it goes about 10 feet, lands, splat on the floor. Nothing.
Looks okay to me. Cass
Seems okay.
just walks down the hallway.
Okay. So you approach that other door. It's a solid door. It's got a handle on it. Does not appear to have a lock on it, though.
Cass will try and open it.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Well, before we get that
Val's gonna go in
point, who's
afterwards.
behind Cass? Who's coming up?
Val go in and collect the rotten flesh and put it back in a bag.
I mean, at least it's in a bag.
Fade, what are you doing? Are you like approaching with everybody else, following along?
Well, yes, she's still a little bit unsettled from just
Just because
arriving
I'm
and not
controlling
knowing
your
where she
token,
is.
I just want to make sure that I've got you kind of going in the right direction.
All right.
You know, I don't want to be putting you someplace where you don't really intend to be or want to be.
Now, before anything happens, just in case, Val is actually going to give a ring to Cassador and goes, hold this. Keep this on you.
Cass puts it in one of his many little pockets he has everywhere.
And at that point, she's going to cast a spell just in case he gets hit with a trap. Where is it now?
Oh.
Of course, I
While
can't
he's
find the
doing
spell I
that-
need it.
While he's doing that, I'll kind of go over with Fade and I'll explain all of the things that have happened. I don't remember, quite honestly. It's been a week or so.
Yeah, it's just basically
3
you guys
weeks.
did go to level. You went up the.
Okay.
Sorry, you went down another set of stairs,
Okay.
and then you ended up in this chamber. And then so far, it's all been a very linear, undeadish level. Very undead like or like ancient cathedral.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Are we going towards number 5, or have we already been in 5?
You've been
we've already
you've been
been
in 1 through 5. We're 1 through 6. You've done.
So we're going to the east.
Yes.
So she casts Warding Bond on Cassador and says,
Nice.
you should be safe to go in now.
Okay, so Cassador has opened this iron door. The iron door opens. Why is it?
It'll last for 1 hour, so he should be fine.
Damn, that's a pretty good spell. This
Okay.
is an awfully open room.
We'll get to the description in a moment.
Yeah, that's what worries me.
So the iron door groans open into a vast vaulted chamber. Cracked columns do rise to a ceiling that seems lost in the shadows. There are rows of shattered pews that lie scattered across the floor, and a desecrated altar looms at the far end. Behind it is a door. Seems to have once been radiant, now defiled with blackened ichor. The air is thick with oppressive stillness. A faint humming vibrates beneath your feet.
So if it's vibrating, then I'm already vibrating here or like outside the door.
Like right where you guys are, you guys all feel it now. Once you've opened the door and you look into this chamber, you all feel that vibration.
Is that magic or some sort of mechanism we're feeling?
Are you speaking that aloud, Faith?
Yes. Yes.
As you speak aloud, it almost, even though you're kind of quietly saying it, you're still kind of projecting it down a 15-foot hallway. It seems to almost echo into that chamber. And a pulse of darkness erupts from that far altar.
Ooh.
2 shadowy forms peel themselves from the rear walls on either side of the door. and the ichor pooling at the altar congeals into a singular serpentine skeletal monstrosity.
Nope.
Its eyes glowing like embers.
Nope. 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 This whole room was a nope.
Well, Cass, you might be using that extra armor class soon.
Seriously.
Sweet.
Where'd that go?
Oh, you're pretty.
It's not that big. No,
No, I was okay.
I'm just gonna say no.
Sorry. You're on your own for this one.
Paste it. And I'll put it. So there's the two figures. Okay, that have come out. Seem to have come out of the darkened walls, and this is the figure that forms from the ichor.
My
Mother.
And yes, it is sort of that
big. He's a
it is
big
classified
boy.
as a large
All
creature. So what you have here, essentially, and you have learned, well, let's see here. The clerics among you will know that the two figures in behind are shadows. Not usually classified as a major undead, but definitely undead. And what is in front of you appears to be a bone naga.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. That's a
Okay.
So far, they're not looking directly at you. They're looking in the direction of the door, but not necessarily at you.
Which door? The bottom or the
one that you're actually looking through?
Oh,
it's almost like they can't see you currently.
Valno will gently place her hand on Cassador's back and goes, "You have my protection."
Okay. Do we want to fight him, or do we want to try to get past him?
Valno says it would be best to put these to rest.
Okay. Cass steps in the room.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Val is right behind him.
So you're not Valno's in the doorway, but not in the room. But you are in the doorway officially. So at this point, Cass and Val, you notice they're looking now at you. At this point,
Could I preemptively rage?
you can. Yeah, you can. At this point, you can do a bonus action. That's about it. You can do a bonus action, and then you can roll me initiative.
Is there enough room for me to become large?
Yes. Are you becoming large?
Oh, yeah. When I rage, I become large.
There you go.
Now we have someone big.
And I just want to make sure I am projecting the updated screen.
All I can say is if he gets an increased armor class with this is going to be even better than I gave him.
No,
make sure
that kind of stuff doesn't change with Path of the Giant Large. Everything kind of just, like, my damage doesn't increase. I just get bigger, and I now have a 10-foot reach.
So I will say, obviously for you, Cass, this isn't going to apply. But for anybody else that does enter the room, the cracked pews that are around the room can act as lower cover, so you can get partial cover from them. The Naga itself, because that platform that it's kind of around or near is about 3 feet high, it can get partial cover, as can you. Regular people could probably get full cover from it if you have to, if you're near there. And that anything in the ichor, which is the other half of the room, the other 15-foot half of the room, is covered in that ichor. It's difficult terrain.
Okay.
All right. So for the two of you that are in the, so for Val and for Cass, you need to roll me initiatives.
Okie dokie. Let me just get Val's dice.
12.
Okay. One of her dice decided to go flying.
Okay. So it is
Okay. No.
Okay, Cass,
20.
what's your
12.
12? And Val,
Dirty 20.
30-20. Okay. So at the top of the round, Val, that is you. You have first action at this point.
Okay. She's gonna just use a sickle to cut her head. Use the blood to cast Bane.
Where is it?
Let me just get Bane up for you.
Cool. Are we not in combat yet? Me and Vade?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not through the door yet.
Once you enter the room, which
Okay.
is basically Val and beyond is in the room, you are technically in combat because
So, I'm
they
hitting
can't
three.
see you guys.
Sorry. I'm hitting the three creatures,
Okay.
and within range, and the range is making sure 30 feet. So I'm pretty sure they're all within 30 feet of Val.
Yep.
Okay, and they must make charisma saving throws.
Shadow number 1 fail. Shadow number 2 14.
Beats it.
Okay. And I'm just making sure for immunities as well. Okay, we're good. And for the Naga, 17.
Oh yeah, that definitely beats it.
So 1 shadow failed.
Okay, so now I need to roll a d4 on that one. It says the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled to the attack roll.
Yeah, so any roll that shadow makes on you or anybody else, I'm just going to put a Bane on him.
Bane is cool.
Right? Just put Bane on him. Okay.
It's a shame I couldn't get more than one of them, but oh well.
Okay, that's fine. Then that's your action.
Yep, and check and see if I can do a bonus action. The only bonus action I have is Sanctuary, which I will cast.
I don't think you can do 2 spells in 1 turn.
Oh,
Nope.
okay. Sorry,
You're not.
I forgot about
Move
that.
into the room at all?
Yeah, she's gonna just move into the room then.
Keep in mind, guys, you can go through friendly space.
Yep, she's going right in front of the big guy.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
She's being human shield for Cass.
Okay, so that was the top of the round. Next up is the Naga. So it's going to look down at you and coil itself down almost at your level and look basically in this direction, like so, as it casts lightning bolt.
Ooh, wasn't expecting lightning bolt.
Just give me a moment here, guys. My apologies.
Here's hoping our armor classes save us.
It is. You must make a. Dexterity saving throws for both of you.
Dexterity save, huh?
Yeah.
17.
That passes.
Well, that was a 2 minus 1, so 1.
Ooh.
Okay, so that ain't gonna work anywhere. So let me start rolling the damage. It is 8d6
For both of us?
Yeah.
Or is it just for Val?
No, for both of you.
Oh, okay.
It passes through both of us.
I didn't know if Cassathor dodged or not.
Oh dear.
Well, I think he still
Well,
takes half.
he's taking half damage, right? That's what it does. He does half.
All right.
Yeah. Lightning
And-
bolt will either do half or full damage.
And where I have warding bond, I have resistance. So is it halved again?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Half
I
of my
take.
stat.
I will be taking half of his damage.
Okay.
No,
so
because you
four-
failed. I think you take full damage, wouldn't you?
I take
failed
full,
dexterity
I take
saving.
full damage and half of his.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Well, good thing he is resistant, so he's only taking. So it's 6,
So he's got
11,
resistance. He takes half,
17,
and then he takes half
20,
again.
24, 29, 31 points of lightning damage. It's
Ouch,
full.
couple.
So I take 7 because 31 to 30.
Well, let's do it in stages. So
Okay.
Val, you take 31 right off the bat.
Okay.
Okay, passes through you, hits Cass. Cass, you take 15 from your initial resistance, meaning Val takes half of that, which is 7, and then you take 7.
All right.
So just to kind of make it more understandable of how it works.
Val just got extra crispy.
And at this point, it moves here.
I wonder how rotting flesh would smell if it got hit with lightning.
Okay. Then next up would be Cass. You're up.
All right. Do I need to move to reach that Naga? I don't think I do.
You have a 10-foot reach, do you not? At this
Yes,
point,
Yes, I
Oh
do.
yeah, you can
you
reach.
can hit the Naga.
All right. Cass gives a large roar. No, my new friend. Bad bone snake. 23 and a 18.
18. 23 and an 18?
Yes.
Both hit.
All right.
Whoop its butt.
10. Okay. I need my calculator. 6 plus 8.
At what point are we going to get the opportunity to come into the room?
End of the round.
Go poke him.
Gotta
30
remember, guys, the round is 6 seconds.
Go poke him
Right.
and see if it's soft.
All right.
If they are, then take 'em out.
35 damage over 2 strikes to that Naga. As I
35 damage?
35 damage.
And that's just straight from the weapon. That's not, there's no,
That's
not
That's-
cold
that's
or
straight
anything like that.
no, that's straight from my my great sword, and
Okay.
it is a +1, and then I get the +2 for my +2 for each attack for my rages. So 35.
All right, perfect. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, and at that, that's your turn, and then we're gonna do. Schwump. Schwump. Actually, it's gonna go here and here, and they will do targeted attacks on Val. Actually, no, I'm going to split it. So one is going to go towards the big bear.
I'm going to use my reaction, my sentinel, to attack the uppermost shadow when it gets in 10-foot reach of me.
Okay, so you're attacking it before it gets into your range. So you're attacking it here. Okay. So I'll let you do that first.
Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
All right.
Swack.
13 damage to the shadow, and it stays where it is.
Yeah, it doesn't move at this point. It's stuck with that. So that now means that, well, I had already declared that it was going to be attacking you and the other one. So they're both going to be attacking Val at this point.
Oh, no.
The one below, though, has Bane, so it will make its roll. It rolled a 15 to hit Val, and minus 4. It was an 11. So an 11, I'm sure, misses you.
Yeah.
And the other one, roll a 13. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay. So the shadows are done. That's their turn. This point, Onyx and Fade, are you entering the room?
Yes.
Okay. I will move Fade into the room, and I will let Onyx move yourself into.
And you are both immediately met with the waft of burning.
And you guys can now roll
flesh.
initiatives at this point to join in on this round.
Initiative for Fade 21.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. You met an Val.
6.
Okay. And 6 for Onyx. Well, you still go before the shadows. Okay. That brings us then to the top of the round, which is Fade. And as the two of you enter the room, they seem to now be able to see the two of you. And the Naga, as it's coiling and twisting and turning, the temperature seems to drop as it uncoils a little bit with a hiss. And it just kind of looks at all of you, and it says in a raspy voice, "You dare step into hallowed ground, then let your bones join the faithful."
No.
And with that, Fade, you can go. What are you doing?
Does she have room to cast in a 10-foot radius spear centered to catch as many of them as possible a thunder spell that won't hurt Valnil or Onyx?
You can get
Cass.
the Naga and the top shadow in a 10-foot and not get Val.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I want to do. She's going to cast Shatter right in there. Each creature that is in that 10-foot radius sphere has to make a con saving throw. And they'll take thunder damage on a failed save.
It's an 18 for the Naga.
That passes. So they're taking
And
half.
And a 2 for the shadow.
And that fails. So the Naga...
But they are the shadow's resistant to thunder as well. So.
Oh, well, I rolled a 14. So they're both going to take 7 then.
Okay. So both going to take 7. That's freaking brutal. 17,
And everybody's probably covering their ears now.
And this one is now.
Val just winces.
The one shadow to the closest to you, Fade, just kind of you see the darkened shadow splinters and kind of almost like little serpents snaking away in through the air into the darkness.
Oh, good job.
It breaks apart.
So my shatter dissipated it?
Yep.
All right.
And that takes us to Val. You're up.
Well, Val needs a lot of health, so you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna vampire touch. Oh wait, no, that would destroy the Bane, and that guy's still around, isn't he? Yeah. Okay. So instead, I'm just gonna cure wounds.
Yeah, but that's only a D4. Yeah, cure wounds is good. Yeah.
So yeah, cure wounds at 3rd level. We'll do that. And to do that, that's 68 plus 3.
68 at 3rd level?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Seems like a lot.
Nice.
And that is a total of 28. There we go.
Okay.
And with the bonus action, I'm going to keep the Bane going.
Okay.
And I might want to use my movement to not line up the Naga again. So she's gonna do this.
When Fade entered the room, she kind of stayed back near
Yep.
the door. Okay.
I've kind of got you behind the bear, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
true.
kind of out of reach. Okay, so you're done yours, Val, and that takes us to the Naga. It is going to act, and it is going to look at you, Val, and a dark mist comes out of its mouth. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe. Just double check. Yeah, it's wisdom save.
Well, I got a 13 plus 6.
Okay, so you did pass it. You feel your joints go stiff for a moment, but then you're able to move as it was attempting to hold person on you.
She just looks at it and goes, "It seems your faith has not held strong enough to hold me."
Cass, you're up.
Alrighty. Cass is
And you're
going
next, Onyx, just so you know. You're up next.
Cass really doesn't like this big snake creature picking on his new friend, so he's going to take 2 more swings over the shadow at the Naga. Come on. 24 and 25 to hit.
Hit. Hit.
All right. And 4, 10, 16, 32 damage to the Naga. Swash off.
Shatters. Bones everywhere.
Don't pick on my friends.
Okay, Onyx, you're up. There's one shadow left.
So there is. Well, I don't want to
Battle
waste
for
a
you,
third
Onyx.
one on it. So, fuck, I'll just do guiding bolt, I guess.
Okay.
Deacon, you might want to update the stream on what's being visually on the map.
Dirty 20 to
Yeah.
hit.
Oh, you mean? Oh, yeah. Sorry, the Naga's disappeared.
Dirty 20.
All right. Hits.
For 14 radiant. And the next attack has advantage.
14 radiant damage. Dang.
Radiant. Good old undeads. They love their radiant, don't they?
Throwing those holy snowballs.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
Dissipates.
you can go now.
Shadows just creep off into nowhere. So what you now see basically as the Naga's bones collapse and the shadows have dissipated into smoke and wisps. The humming stops. The altar flickers, then dims. A faint warmth returns to the chamber.
I roll a religion check to see if I can figure out what kind of a church it is, for lack of a better word. Like, is there any like signs that would point to what they were worshiping, or which,
Make me a religion check.
Cass will provide the help action by just asking questions to try and jog his memory.
Oh, good. Thank God for that. Dice went shit tonight. What is going on? I'm going in dice jail. Come out of here. With advantage, it's a 13, and that's not good.
No, it's not great, but you can tell that the church itself was inherently evil. This particular church.
Sorry, it is a what now?
Evil.
Well, yeah.
Well, bone nuggets are.
All right.
Not just the undead after the fact, but the actual church was essentially.
Yeah.
So in the room, there's that. There is a door behind the altar on the far wall. There is also a staircase leading up. However, there's a shimmering barrier blocking the staircase.
Shimmering barrier.
Hmm.
Seems like they don't want us going up there.
Val's gonna approach the shimmering barrier. I think this is the staircase here.
No.
Oh, wrong way. And she's gonna try to see what happens if she touches it.
It's solid. You can't get through it.
No, but
And all you do is stairs going up.
not my turn.
Yeah, it's like you guys can take actions, whatever you want to do. I'm assuming that Cass returns to normal.
Yes. Cass will just. He doesn't really know what he's looking for, but he really wants to help. So he's going to look for switches or buttons or anything that would help a door.
Well, as I said, there is a door here. And
So it sounds like Cass is going to that door then.
Well, we've seen the the stairway with the wall in front of it. What Cass was looking for is anything to deactivate it, like a button or a switch.
okay, so you're searching the room in general.
Yes.
Okay. Make me Make me an investigation check.
Four.
Yeah, you don't find nothing.
Cass is just scratching his head.
Cass is wandering around the room, just kind of flipping over pews and kicking stuff out of the way. Really not finding.
Onyx is curious. So Onyx is curious, and so he'll go and kind of say, "Hey, what are you looking for?"
I don't know.
So you can make your own investigation, or Cass can make another investigation.
No.
I will give you the help action.
So you can make another investigation with advantage.
Okay. 9. I have a -2.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
do you want me to make
him
a roll?
flipping stuff over? He doesn't really find anything. He's currently after moving about and whatnot. He's currently like standing on the altar, just kind of looking around the room, not seeing anything.
Aw.
Anybody else doing anything?
Bade
Babe?
would be just looking around.
So you're going to also do an investigation.
I am? Okay.
Make an investigation roll.
20. There it is.
We're like the Scooby-Doo gang.
Investigation.
Which one?
Well, I don't have my glasses on.
There you go.
That would be a 10.
You don't find anything either.
All right, Val's gonna try investigating.
So now you got Val looking around and roll me an investigation roll. Just so you know, every time you're investigating, it's getting more and more difficult because you're kind of flipping stuff over, moving stuff out of the way. So
I rolled a nat 20.
okay, you do find it, and it's actually almost right underneath Cass's foot.
Wow.
There's a concealed hidden compartment in the altar that, as you open it, there is it's clearly a sigil stone. It's got a sigil on it, and it's got a crack in it. But it's clearly it is magical.
She's looking at this and goes, "It seems you have found a stone, Cass, my friend."
Oh.
You are good at searching, Cass.
Yay! What's this?
Right under your foot.
Be careful.
Cass
Maybe
picks it up.
first. It may be.
So, Cass, you have a sigil stone in your possession. once per day, you can cast protection from evil and good.
Yay!
Okay, do
And
we
that's
have to
all
get
that's in
that
this room.
identified first to use it?
No, you just seem to know what it is when you get it, like most of the other stuff you guys have found.
Okay.
So that's all that's in this room. Stairwell you can't get up. A closed and what looks to be possibly locked door. You're not sure. And then the way back you came in.
Can I go and check this mystical doorway to see if I can figure out what the mystic whatever it is?
Roll me an Arcana check.
I would love to, please. I'm very good at that.
Meanwhile, Valnil is going to try to search for traps at this door.
I'm very good at that with my natural one.
Okay, so you can't figure it. You do find faint traces of arcane markings, but you just can't make out any of it.
Hey, Fade.
You do notice a very, very
Yes.
small. It's almost like fine print around the doorway. What is your investigation, Val?
Well, I'm wasting all my nat 20s.
So you
That's
have nat 20 on the door?
Second nat 20 on investigation. Apparently, my investigation is amazing today.
Yeah, and it's not trapped or locked.
Even more.
So I'll look at Fade and I'll say, hey, this door is. I'm normally good at this, but I can't figure this out. Can you come and help me?
Meanwhile, Val calls out to the group and says, "This is not trapped and it's not locked."
Hey, all
So
right.
who's going to go look at the door? Look at the door with Onyx.
Fade.
I'm asking Fade to come down. Yeah, she's fairly good at magic, and so I feel like she'll.
Okay, Fade, make me an Arcana check.
That is 16.
Yeah, you determine it is definitely a magical barrier that is triggered or opened by a series of other events being triggered. And it looks like some of them have been, some of them haven't. You're not sure where or how, but yeah.
Something somewhere else looks like will open this. There's,
Are there any
multiple things? Not just one
maybe?
thing. It is multiple
Are there
things
any-
that have to be triggered.
Are there any like slots in the holes or floor that the sigil would fit into? There's no.
Not at all.
Perhaps in the next chamber, perhaps in the previous chamber. There was
No, that
something.
wouldn't work.
Yeah, you may have missed something, or you may have yet to discover something. There are still multiple things to be.
That's true. Maybe we need to go through the other door to figure out how to get through this door.
Oh, so
Well, then I see we only have one choice. We got the door that Valnil just looked at. That's not locked.
Well, let's giddy on up, I guess. I don't know if that's something people say or not.
Giddy up?
Probably not. I'm not very good at those.
Obviously, somebody is going to be opening the door.
Fade does one
Who's
raised
gonna
eyebrow
open
at
the
them.
door?
Val opens the door.
That's a big room.
Okay.
All right.
Assuming
So the door opens into a large chamber. The walls are inscribed with intricate celestial patterns. Most are cracked and broken and almost dripping with that ichor. There are 3 tall stone pillars that stand unevenly spaced, each fractured and leaning slightly. Dim blue light seeps from faint ruins etched into their surface. At the center lies a shallow basin filled with still, clear water. The silence coming from this room seems absolute. And I'm going to mark where the pillars are.
Fade will carefully tiptoe in and go see if she can read those runes.
Okay.
I will follow in behind her and sort of take a position in the corner and just keep eyes out.
Val walk in and just put herself there.
Castle also head in.
Okay. So, Fade, you're where? How far are you going into the room, Fade?
I went in to read the runes that she
Right there,
saw
okay.
written in Celestial.
Okay, so you're looking at the walls.
Would you like to be on the? There you go.
Probably closer to the door, I'm assuming, usually with Fade.
We'll start there and work our way around, follow the runes.
Cass, you're the first one to get close to the pillars and to the basin filled with still clear
pillars.
The pillars seem to resonate faintly when you near them. It's like it was silent, but now there's like a resonance. Each ruin that's on the pillars flickers.
Does it sound like? Oh, I can't hear it. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't hear it just yet. They flicker just slightly, very weakly, as if awaiting restoration. The water in the basin reflects not your face as you're kind of looking at it, but a warped, fractured symbol, like a broken crest of stars.
Oh, I think one of you guys should look at this. This doesn't make sense. And Cats will
I'll wander over.
back away, but keep close enough.
I'll wander over and take a look inside.
Okay.
Yes, if there's
You
runes.
see pretty much the same thing. Make me an Arcana or a Religion check.
Good at both of those, or usually good at both of those.
Cass will help the best way he can. Just asking.
What is it you were doing, Fade? Jesus.
I'm trying to read runes that she saw.
Yep, and I need you can make me a Religion check.
I don't know what's going on with my dice tonight. I probably just try friggin' D&D Beyond's dice because these dice are not working for me. An 11 with a +5. It's not great. It's just 11. Sorry, it's not a 16.
I also got an 11.
Jesus.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna use Beyond's dice.
You do know what you're able to tell. The pillars and the markings are definitely some form of celestial representation of the sigil that is appearing inside the water. The image. You get the sense that these pillars are the key. They must be attuned. Each pillar must be attuned. That's all you're able to tell Onyx from your investigation and from yours as well. So what about Val and Cass? What are you guys up to as they're kind of looking at this and figuring stuff out?
Everything in this room overwhelms Cass so much. So he's actually just kind of keeping guard on everyone and making sure nothing pops out.
Okay. Val is going to head towards this door. And
so you're ignoring everything and just going to the door.
She's checking the door, yeah.
This is like an arched door, and it's a double set of doors inside. On the curved archway is inscribed a phrase: "Speak what you have learned, and the dead may listen."
She will repeat the phrase back to the group and goes, it says, "Speak what you may have heard, and the dead will listen."
Did Fade read anything in Celestial, or are they just
magical markings? Something to do with the pillars.
I will let the party know what I've learned from the bath water, or whatever water it is, the mystical bath water, and I'll say that the pillars have to be attuned to, though I don't really understand And
Yeah, you're just
That's all.
getting a feeling that the pillars are magical items. That's what you're getting. It's kind of like that, which is odd. You're looking at them
so we're
going, they're big
supposed to
pillars.
take
Well,
the
how do we
pillar?
attune them, though?
Well, the same way
Yeah.
you would attune to a magical item, right? It's just a
Yeah,
matter
no,
of
that's what I mean. But this confuses Onyx, and so he's like, I guess we have to attune to the pillars, though I'm not really sure how one would do that. I guess it's like a regular magical item. I'm not sure.
You basically would be if you are the type of class that's able to attune, such as a spellcasting, or actually anybody can attune to something. You just have to clear your mind and do it. But you have you'd have to have 3 people involved.
Right.
You know, just 3 pillars.
Onyx
Fate
will also
says
look
I
at the
could
pillar.
definitely do that, but I don't know if you all could. I wouldn't be able to do it all at the same time. I would need one of each of you from the other pillars at the same time.
Also look at
Basically,
his.
if you've never done it before,
Onyx
you
will look at his
just
pillar and say, "Oh, I forgot one thing."
Okay.
just touch the pillar and clear your mind.
So are you going to try that with one of the pillars, Bade?
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe one that's not leaning so much.
Yeah, they're all pretty leaning. So you're kind of standing now near the top pillar. Onyx is near the bottom right.
Yeah, I'll try to attune to that one.
Okay. So you clear your mind, you know, as Cass is looking on and Val is just kind of looking at the archway and the door and looking back at the party. Onyx, you clear your mind and you kind of focus on this pillar that's in front of you. And it's kind of funny that what you gathered from just the overall arcana check of the area, the magic that's here, starts to make sense. And what you're actually looking at is what is called the pillar of light. And you have attuned to it. And what you learn is that you must cast a light or radiant based spell at the actual pillar, or even to use a torch or something like a light spell to charge it.
Okay.
That you determine this.
Sorry.
Yep, I'm just going to kind of go to Fade.
Yeah,
Fade,
sure.
you do the same thing. You clear your mind, you attune to the pillar. This is the pillar of memory. There's something, and this might not be good for you, but there is something that was found or discovered in a previous room.
Oh dear.
That will charge this pillar.
Oh, no, maybe.
Now, you did. I'm just going to kind of go back and read something. Make sure that I'm not missing it. Da-da.
So, can you repeat what you said about that, for Faith, please? I was distracted. I apologize.
Yeah, your pillar is the pillar of memory. There is something that was discovered, and you sense this from the pillar. There's something that was discovered, a phrase or a motto or something in another room of this level that must be spoken for this pillar to be charged.
Okay, she would say that. Onyx, Valnil, did you discover a word or a phrase in a prior room that you've explored down here? This one needs a particular word. I wasn't here, so I don't have that memory.
Everybody that was in room 6 before can make me a history check, please.
I've forgotten what the word was. I'm going to use Owlbear's dice.
Well, if you roll well enough, maybe the
Nope,
DM will
you
tell you
don't.
that you remember what it was.
Unreal.
Was Fade in room
unless
6?
you actually remember it.
I don't. I rolled a 10 for history. My dice are
Okay. Anybody else?
kicking my ass tonight.
Let's try it. Ha! 2.
Okay, so you're out. Cass?
Wait, from the room 6, Cass was not in room.
You guys were all woke up in room 6, and you did kind of give it a once over.
Okay.
Everybody gave it a once over. So even Fade can roll.
Okay, I roll. What
You
am I
guys were
rolling?
very clear about the fact that you were sharing everything that you
Where?
discovered.
What am I rolling?
History check.
I got 10.
19.
Yay, one of us was successful.
You're not 100% sure what the words are, but as everybody was sharing information, Fade, you recall someone talking about a rusted ring they found that had something written in it?
There was a ring?
Who has the ring?
A rusted ring?
Didn't you give Cassanthor a ring, Valnil?
That's not a rusted ring, it's a silver ring.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Fade was not
Are
in
you
this
sure it
room.
was a silver ring? Or you're not? Yeah, you gave him something else. Someone found something in room 6 that they found it along with there was the pouch that had 35 gold pieces in it.
My mistake, platinum ring.
Was this last time?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's why, because Fade wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like a week and a half or 2 weeks.
All right, so no one can really remember, and none of the existing party members actually have. I guess you guys didn't take the pouch. None of you guys had the pouch with 35 gold and the rusted ring.
Nope.
I guess not. No, I don't. I don't.
Okay. All right, so there's still the one pillar remaining.
Okay.
Only Cass or Val can attune to it because Fade and Onyx are already attuned to pillars.
I'm going to try having Val attuned to the pillar.
Okay, so Val, you attune to the pillar. It takes a moment, but eventually you feel a connection, a bond to this pillar as if it was a magical item. This is the pillar of voice. You need to sing or chant aloud into the pillar.
Okay. So she's actually going to start chanting a Grieva chant into the pillar.
Make me a religion check, please.
While she's doing that, I will cast light on my pillar.
Okay, you cast light on your pillar.
And Cass will head back to the room they appeared in and see if he can find anything that would do with what Fade meant or spoke about.
Fade would start just saying common words.
Make an investigation check. Yes.
She'd make like sanctuary.
Nothing.
Sanctuary.
What did you roll, Val?
Sorry.
13.
13? Doesn't seem to be working at the moment. Your pillar, Onyx, it fixes itself.
Hey!
And all the pillar goes straight up into the air to the ceiling. And there's a ripple in the water where that sigil is appearing.
How did you do it?
Mine said just go whatever it said because I can't remember.
Cast light.
Thank you. Yeah,
cast light on it.
Cast like some sort of radiant type of spell or light spell or something.
What did you make for an investigation, Cass?
15.
15. You actually find something.
Ooh.
Someone must have been sitting somewhere when they went to sleep, and they were like doing taking the dust on the floor and just writing things out. And there's actually a picture of a ring, a celestial ring, and then beside it is written the words in common. Where did it go now? And you guys will remember probably when I say it. The inside of the ring is inscribed with the words, endure beyond fear. And actually, I do believe Onyx actually said those words.
Sorry, I apologize.
I don't think you have the ring, but I think you actually read the
It is possible. I genuinely don't remember the last episode.
Because I remember you saying, "Well, what does that mean? I don't understand. Maybe we need it later on." And I think you gave the ring to someone else. I think it might be Tharok that has the ring.
That is very possible.
But endure beyond fear is the words that are written on the floor.
Bitch, I did too.
Oh. Cass just heads back.
Okay.
I couldn't
Cass goes
find
back into the
anything.
room. So you tell Fade, and Fade, you repeat those words.
Did you tell Fade the words that you found written?
Yes.
Your pillar fixes,
Endure
lights
beyond
up
fear.
all the things up, and again, more ripples in the water.
Oh.
Val's gonna try again to try to activate hers. This time she's gonna sing an old lullaby her father used to say.
Oh,
Okay, persuasion check.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different check depending on what you're seeing.
19?
Actually, yeah, you jumping ahead here. Where is it? Here we go. You start to sing, and all of a sudden, your pillar rights itself and fixes itself and goes up and reaches into the air. And as the final pillar flares with radiant light, the room pulses with warmth. The broken symbol in that reflection of the water of the basin reforms into a full sigil for a moment before it fades. A gentle chime rings out, and a soft glow marks each of you briefly. And as you're looking around at each other, you see this glow envelop each of you doing so. And there is, you all notice on your own self, there's like a sigil, like the same sigil that was in the pool of water, just appears briefly on the palm of your hand. You all gain 5 temporary hit points.
okay.
Including Cass, or just the pillar touchers?
Nope, everybody gets 5 temporary hit points as that warmth and the sigil marks itself. And I will roll to see which one of the 4 of you
Explodes.
Actually, it's Cass. Oh my word, this is funny. Cass, you all of a sudden your vision kind of clouds over for a minute, and fades, and you're getting this image of a bronze door, and beyond it a chamber built like bathed in a silvery glow. That's what you kind of see for a moment, and then it fades.
As that happens, Cass relays everything he's seen to the party about the door and how quickly it's just gone. It's like, I couldn't see, and then explains everything to them.
Well, I don't see that door in here, but maybe it's beyond this door.
Interesting that this room is what we came to after the last room.
Mm-hmm.
Did we notice too that there was the special kind of curtain between those 2 rooms where we couldn't see into the one until we went into it?
No, these ones, like where there's a door, it just seems like once you open the door, you can see into the room. So you're not sure. Like if it was an open archway, you're not sure. But these guys tell you that yes, any open archways seem to have been blocked by that same curtain of shadowy.
If I don't do this, I'm going to regret it. I'm going to try to take a drink of the water just to see what happens.
You explode.
Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Damn it. I had to. I'm sorry.
You're just joking.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at those, actually. Hold on. I've been saying that all night, though, haven't I? Ha ha ha! Natural 20. 27.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Nice.
so you're taking half the damage.
Oh, damn it. I had to try.
You
It
take
would've
10
killed me.
points.
It would have killed me if I didn't try that.
You take 10 points of radiant damage,
Oh, damn.
Oof.
and you gain 1
Yeah,
wisdom
that's right.
permanent.
Nice.
And the
Worth
the
it.
well of water that you drank out of is now dry.
Well then.
You only
So
took a
you-
sip
sorry-
and the whole well is dry?
My
Yep.
wisdom went up by 1.
Yes.
Oh, shit. All right. Okay.
It looks like you couldn't handle that much wisdom all at once. It damaged you.
Yeah, there seemed to have been a lot of water in there, but once you drank it, it just all of a sudden it's gone.
How do I change that?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't drink that now. I'm kind of weak to radiant. That probably would have eradicated me.
Well, it's also because I rolled pretty low on my roll on this end, so that's on time before the damage because other things may have happened from drinking the water. That's just one of the results. So, what are you doing about that double door?
Val's gonna approach it and check it for traps.
Okay.
Cass is going to be right behind.
Okay, investigations are really good with Val right now. Apparently, this time was an 18.
Okay. It's not trapped.
Is it locked?
Yep.
Okay, so that means now she's gotta try to pick it.
There's no lock to pick.
She goes, the door is locked, and there's no way I can see of unlocking it.
Cass steps up. I can unlock it.
That's crazy.
Okay, Valdo's gonna step away and goes,
Wait.
Wait.
Is there a keyhole?
Nope.
she goes,
No
I
mechanism on the handle at all?
Nope.
didn't see
Just
anything.
it's that curved archway above the door that says, "Speak what you have learned, and the dead may listen."
That's crazy.
She says to it. She says, hold on a moment. Endure beyond fear.
You hear like almost like a little bit of a rush of wind, and the door opens inward just a little bit.
Oh, good job, Fred.
Uh-huh. She kind of helps open the door a little further.
That's crazy.
And here we're gonna have Cass just break it open.
Well, it opened inwards, so that didn't help. But thankfully that worked.
Okay, it reveals a long hallway. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
That's
about
amazing.
25 feet. And it ends in one of those archways with the curtain of shadowy, you can't see past it.
Cass, Onyx, you want to kind of stick your head in and see what you can see on the other side?
Cass will make his way down the hallway.
Val is following right behind him.
I'm right back if there's anything threatening in there.
And Cass
Yeah,
will
I'll wait here just so I can still see Fade, but so I can still see them as well. Oh, okay, she's coming
Okay.
on. And right. Well,
Yeah, Fade is kind of behind you, but not quite in the hallway. But
okay, cool. Yeah, I'll stand in the hallway and
all right. So, Cass, you're in the front. What are you doing? There's this shimmering curtain of.
Cass is going to slowly poke his head through. Could I make a stealth check to make sure nothing on the other side sees my snout and eyes?
Yep. Make me a spell check, please.
Aha. Ha. Oh. 10.
Okay. You stick your head in. You stick your head into a chamber that's wider than it is deep. It's about 15 feet wide and about 10 feet across. Across from you is another curtained archway that you see. It's a very solemn chamber. There is rows of, on your right and your left, there are stone sarcophagi that are on each one of the walls. They seem to be carved with something. You really can't see what exactly it is because you're just peeking your head in. There's a pale light glowing from sconces along the walls. Not actual firelight, but just light that's emanating from them, casting soft shadows over these sealed tombs. There is a figure at the far end, a lone figure, just standing, doesn't move. It's in gleaming spectral armor. It's kneeling before a cracked engraving beside that other archway across the room. And the engraving is almost like a statue carved into the wall of a hooded figure with outstretched hands. That's what you see.
Cass is going to pull his head back and be like, oh, there's a bunch of stone boxes and a knight in the next room.
Okay.
Onyx will perk his head up at the mention of stone boxes and say, "Are they coffins?"
Yes?
They could be, and they're carved. They're intricately carved.
Would you mind
Carved
if
with,
I
like,
took a look in
faces?
the room? Sorry.
Not at all. Cass will just step out of the way so Onyx can.
I'll shimmy in forward. Make Fade.
Are you doing a spell check?
What did you ask, Fade?
Oh no, I asked him if the intricate carvings were like pictures of
Oh,
anything.
He couldn't make them out
Okay.
from just peeking his head in.
I'll take a step in the room, actually.
You're going to enter the room.
Yeah,
Okay.
but just like 5 feet into the room.
Yep. Okay.
Makes it so ominous.
And this is Onyx's area. Deals with the dead all the time.
You're the dead right back. It looks threatening.
It doesn't seem to be threatening just yet. I'm approaching it very non-threateningly. I'm not. This room to me is very comforting, and so I'm approaching as non-threateningly as possible.
I just want to make sure I update the
Yeah. You do
the
think
room for the stream so they can see what's what. I don't know why
Yeah, he's
it's
cool.
not showing that hallway now. I don't know why. There we go. That's better.
This is a very small room to fight in.
Essentially, it is. It's a 10 by 15 foot room. There's a knight that's kneeling by this statue that's carved into the wall on the far side by the other archway.
5
There
feet in front of
are
Onyx.
about 3 sarcophagus on each side.
Okay.
So yes, it is a fairly narrow space to fight in.
I will cautiously approach and in a very hushed whisper, not hushed, but like not whisper, but like in a hushed tone to kind of keep with the whole.
Yep. So you walk in and you keep a somber feel.
Yeah. I'll look at him and I'll say, "Greetings. Are you in need of any assistance, friend?"
Well, this knight rises. He stands.
Hmm?
He stands about 7 feet tall. His armor bears
I'm
the
about eye level
sigil. The armor bears the sigil of the Celestian Order, tarnished and scarred. He draws a longsword as you're standing there that hums faintly with radiant energy. And then he just kind of looks. He doesn't have an angry look or anything else.
No.
He just looks at you and says, "You walk where only the faithful may tread. Speak your truth or be judged."
I will look at him and I will say, "I am of the most faithful. I am the one who sends the others to the side that they deserve to be on. It is my job."
Making either a persuasion or a religion check.
Definitely religion. If I have the choice, I'll try this again. Come on now, baby. Ooh, that's not bad. 15.
Okay. Actually, it's what you needed. 15. And with that, he seems to shrink a little bit and step back and becomes that statue on the wall.
That's cool. That's very cool. The way is clear, friends. The statue was merely a door lock, if that makes sense.
Okay, so
Now, if
move
you
forward.
recall, the statue that was etched into the wall had outstretched hands. The knight, as he stepped in and became part of that statue, those outstretched hands now have that longsword in it.
I mean, I'll reach out and grab it, obviously. I'm sorry, but I will. I don't know that I can use it, so give me 1 second and I'll check. I don't think I can, but probably not. So I will offer the sword to anybody who can use a long sword.
The bear's the only one.
Who is that?
The bear is the only one. Cassanthor.
A present for me?
Yeah, I will happily offer the sword to Cassanthor if he would like to use it. I'm not able to wield this particular weapon.
So, as you it's in your hands, and it just seems really awkward in your hands.
Yeah.
As he places it in your hands, you all hear this coming from the statue. You are ready.
Ooh.
Path ahead lies with you now. And you must carry the burden. I could not. This is a long sword +1
Nice.
that also deals an extra 1d6 radiant damage to undead.
There you go.
Fade says, yes, endure beyond fear.
Vol's gonna approach the knight and ask him, would you like
He's
to
a
be put to
statue now, I think.
rest?
Okay, you're talking to Stone.
Oh, okay.
It's a statue.
He's
now,
a statue. He's
So-
faded. He's become the statue in the wall.
Never be mine then.
I appreciate what you were trying to do, though.
I think he put himself to rest.
Yep. And you get the sense when you're in this room now, Val and Onyx, that there are bodies in those sarcophagus. They are sealed shut.
Okay.
And this room is at rest currently.
Okay, cool. That's more what I'm concerned about. But
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
not a place of disturbed undead.
okay, cool. Good news. I like that. I'll mention to the rest of the party. I think we can pass through. I guess if we'd
Okay.
like to continue.
Okay.
Be
He
ready
said you
for
could.
what lies
right?
ahead. Obviously, we
pardon
have
me.
some trial to endure.
Cass, why don't you lead with your new long sword?
Okay.
Val's gonna follow right behind him.
Ash just
Okay.
walks ahead
I love,
happily with his new sword.
I love Cass and Thor.
It is a long hallway.
Do, 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 do.
Which, I mean, you guys walk the hallways. You haven't really found any traps or anything like that in these hallways. They seem to be well constructed. No big problems with the hallways themselves. Like, it's not like crumbling ruins. You found some of that in the rooms, but not in the actual level itself.
Is there
this particular room? As you're looking in, you walk down that hallway, and the passage. It's kind of going downwards a little bit as it's sloping this hallway, and it kind of goes in to a kind of a squat room, rectangular. There are broken bunks and splintered racks of weapon racks that lie scattered in ruin around the room. The stone ceiling above is partially collapsed, creating uneven footing in several spots of the room. And there are piles of rubble. There's a scent of stale air and dust that's kind of heavy in here. There is no well in the middle of the room. Just so you're aware, it's not there. It's just it's just on the. Unfortunately, it was in the map.
Cass will take a step in and start to look around.
You start to look around. Make me a.
Oh, goodness.
As you navigate broken furniture and rubble, there's a sudden creaking groan that comes from above. Chunks of stone and ceiling shards rain down with a thunderous crash towards Cass. So I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Where's that to? 16?
Okay, you save. You avoid the chunks of debris. However, now this entire room is difficult terrain. And you begin to look around. So you can make me an investigation roll. Anybody else doing so?
Yes, I will assist him.
So you can roll
They
me
would carefully step through that rubble and go to the opposite door and wait there.
So you're just going to stand at the opposite door and wait?
I will come in and do my own kind of investigation.
Okay, so you can make your own investigation, Onyx, and Cass, you can make your investigation with advantage.
13.
Okay. Onyx?
Sorry, I'm just making check now once. I'm using my mobile for beyond because anyway. Fuck. 4.
Okay. You don't find anything. Cass, believe it or not, you find something hidden under a collapsed bunk. You find a pouch.
Ooh.
Or more of a small sack. It's got 50 gold pieces in it, and there are 2 potions of healing.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look what I found, guys.
That's very good, Cass.
You're really good at that.
All the way to
Jeez.
Scarlet Grove. Buy one of those.
There is, and it's kind of funny. Now you've kind of looked through the room, and you're looking over at. Just pull up my map. I just want to make sure I'm getting the right spot. You see something that just shocks you, Cass.
Oh, no.
Because you've sort of seen it before.
Oh.
The archway, where there is an opening, it's kind of an open archway where Fade is. but it wasn't an archway, and it wasn't always that shadowy cloud. There looks like there was a reinforced brass door that looked very, very familiar.
Oh,
It's fallen off its hinges, however.
Ow, fudge.
oh, I think this is the door that I seen earlier. It's broken.
In your vision?
Yeah.
So the
Oh.
chamber beyond is where we have to endure beyond fear and be tested.
Wow. That sounds like fun.
Is there,
So-
since we found healing potions, perhaps we better let Val drink one so that he's a little bit more strengthened for what we have to face?
I'm fine with that.
Cheers. Are you sure?
Yeah, so we can keep the other one reserved in case I have one already, in case one of you three need it.
She'll take it.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Street racers.
4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 7 back.
So what are you up to for your total hit points?
37.
Is that your max? Is that your total?
My max is 40.
40. Okay.
Oh.
Close enough.
Onyx is going to pull a small kind of bottle, like a canteen, almost out of his pocket. He's going to take a drink of it, and he's going to cast False Life at 2nd level on himself.
Okay. If you guys want to take a short rest here, you can call this a short rest.
I mean, I'll take a short rest anyways, but it gives me the extra temporary hit points.
Okay. So you
know
guys
what?
take basically an hour here.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
I'll take the false life too.
actually, the false life will not because we already have plus 5 temporary hit points.
I do not, because I took damage from the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what are you doing, Cass, with the bronze door?
Cass is gonna head through the bronze door because this is what he's seen in his vision.
Strength check. Strength or athletics?
What's going
Think
on
I'm
with
good at.
Really?
Natural 20 for a 28.
Very nice.
You know this door was stuck. It took some muscle to actually get the door to yield to your push. Beyond, it yields reveals a chamber that is bathed in cold, silvery glow. At the center is a massive forge, cold and dormant, flanked by anvil-shaped pedestals. In the far wall is what appears to be a solid stone surface, but it bears familiar glyph work in the shape of the shattered sigil and an archway. The air hums with potential.
Cass will take a step in.
All right. So Cass is in the room. What's the rest of you doing?
I will follow behind very closely and sink into the corner as per usual.
Same.
Val's going right next to Cass.
Right
Okay.
there, Fade?
So you have, at this point, put this here.
I mean, we are sharing rings right now.
I'm ready for
There is a
Something.
forge
whatever's
in
coming.
the middle of the room. And the moment you near the forge, and this is for Val and Cass, the forge's ruins flicker with ghost light. It's a disembodied voice whispers, "Only those who carry the light of the 5 may pass. Restore what was broken. Ignite the seal."
Right of the 5.
The light of why? Yeah, that's confusing me.
Fade.
Do they mean
Intelligence check.
that room with the pillars that made
Fade.
us all
Intelligence check.
intelligence?
Yep.
Huh.
Well, how do you do it? Just is it whatever you roll?
Yeah, plus your modifier. Yeah.
Modifier for intelligence.
Yep.
That's a 10 total.
So you rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what they're meaning, but when you were looking at that archway around the words or the sigils around the stairwell, that doorway, there were 5 sigils.
Ah.
That's all you remember about that.
She says that. Saw 5 sigils in that one room where we were looking around at them.
And which room was that in?
That's the room with the stairs,
7.
which I believe was 7. Let me where are we at here?
So, if I were to, and I'm asking the rest of the party if this makes sense, if I was to go back and cast light on each of the sigils, do you think that would work? Or is it something that we need to do?
Yeah, it seemed when she explained it to you at the time, there seemed to have been 5 different things located at different spots in this particular level that needed to be done or activated for that to be complete.
So we'll have to head back through.
And so the ones, if we have completed them, would they show up as the sigil being lit up or something like that, or were we just like hoping?
Well, she said at the time that there were a couple of things lit up and a couple that were not.
Okay.
So if you do you go back and look,
they will light up. Okay, well, that's yeah.
Do you go back to look?
I would like to, if that's okay. Yeah, please.
Okay, so you go back to room 7, and you see the markings around the door that she had pointed out. However, you're noting now that only one is not lit up, and it's the first one.
So we have
First sigil in that sequence is not lit up.
Okay, I'll go back and I'll tell the rest of the party that that they're all lit up except for one of them, and it seems to is you said it was the first one that's not lit up.
Very first one on that appears around the doorway.
So it seems to me that there's probably something before room 6 that we haven't done in rooms 5 to 1. One of those rooms has something that we. That's just it seems logically like that would be how it is, unless I'm not right at all. And I'm asking the rest of the party.
Logical. Perhaps we shall backtrack and see what we can find.
Who was in the first room?
I think me and Val were, I believe.
Okay. So the two of you can actually make me a history check.
Val.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you just fall asleep?
Yes, I've been doing a lot of walking lately.
It's a short rest.
There you go. 21.
History check, my friend.
History check. Okay.
What did you roll, Alex?
That's amazing. 21.
Oh dear. Okay, you figured it out.
I got a 12.
Okay, Onyx, you figure it out. You remember way back in the very beginning when you guys first came into this level, there was that pedestal with a fragile scroll on it that had something written in Celestial that at the time you couldn't read.
I can read Celestial, says Fade.
Well, you're not there yet. He's gone all the way back. Well, actually, yeah, you are all together.
Oh,
again.
that's right. Yeah, I forgot he left.
You're all together again. I
Yeah,
forgot
no, I
he
came back.
to record it.
I will mention that there was some kind of a note in the beginning of the level, but unfortunately the party at that time couldn't read Celestial, and so we were a little bit buggered. And I'll ask if anybody in the party can read Celestial.
Fade says, yes, I can read Celestial.
Ooh.
So do the two of you head
In
back?
that case, I will.
Yes.
I mean, if anybody else wants to come along, they're more than welcome to. I don't want to.
Cass will.
Does everybody want to walk back, or just
No,
or
I will.
somebody stay here?
Everybody walk back.
Cass will follow.
Yep.
Okay,
And
cool.
follow Cass.
So you all
All right,
follow
we'll
back.
head back to room number 1.
Okay, so you get back to room number 1. Room number 1 has very old stone walls carved with fading celestial ruins that framed the rectangular chamber that was lit only by your torches and magical light. At the center of the room was a faintly glowing sigil embedded in the flagstone floor. A 7-pointed star inscribed with a broken circle, its edges worn and cracked with age. There's a stone pedestal against the far wall, cradles a curled parchment, and beside it is extinguished ceremonial brazier.
I will
Okay.
point
So
that out to
as
Fade.
Fade grabs the scroll and begins to read it, and yes, because you can understand Celestial, you do read it. It's a prayer scroll. That as you kind of read it over, all of a sudden that sigil in the floor flares to life.
Ooh.
And just remains glowing. But however, you still have that scroll. And that can now be used to grant guidance once per day if you keep it.
It is consumed when we use it the first time?
Nope. It's actually an
Alright.
item. It's not
Not a
even a readable scroll.
scroll.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it is, and you make note of it, if you're holding on to it, it is an ancient scroll. The parchment
Right.
is not in great shape. So yes, there will be a chance when you use the scroll that it will crumble.
Oh, don't roll a natural 1.
Is the act of reading it going to grant you the guidance once per day, or saying a certain...
Yes, you have to,
Because-
basically, in order for you to continue to use it. So if you want to do guidance, you have to take the scroll out, open it up, and read it. And then there
Okay.
will be a DC save for the scroll. So it will, no matter what, it will cast guidance once for the day. And if it makes the DC, it survives. Every time you read it, the DC gets higher.
Mhm.
The more you use it, the weaker the parchment gets. So it's sort of like a limited use weapon. Or item. I like to.
That's still pretty cool, though.
Just keep rolling 20s.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
Well, that's lit up.
Well, it
So
seems
you
that
now-
reading this has got us what we needed. The sigil here is lit up. What do you want to bet when we go back? We'll see that all 5 things are now lit. And that door will open.
Love it.
I'll bet 5 gold. And Cass pulls out 5 gold.
So, shall we head back?
Okay. So you head
Indeed.
back to room 7, which is the room that had the stairwell in it. You do notice that all 5 sigils around that door frame are now lit up. However, the barrier's still there.
I was going to say, I don't think we've.
It looks different, but it's still there.
Should we continue past room 11? There's still a way we haven't gone.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because it seemed like it was when you got to room 11 behind the forge. It seemed like it was a solid wall, but there was there were sigils that seemed to be forming an archway on the solid wall.
Let's go back and check that out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to do a religion check on the sigils.
They're just Celestian symbols. of
Okay.
passage.
No, I can't read those, unfortunately.
Then I'll try an Arcana check to see if I can detect magic.
They are magic. They are sigils of passage.
Okay, so she'll just say, "It looks like these are sigils of passage."
Okay. Valnil, let us pass. And she goes onward.
Okay, so one, as you go back to the forge room, the forge itself seems to be humming, and there is a faint glow forming within. Seems like it needs to be lit, or like it looks like it's ready to be lit.
Castle uses tinderbox to light the forge.
Okay, make me a. If you are proficient in Smith's tools, you can make that check. If not, religion or arcana.
Ugh. Oh, yay! 17
Nice.
with a -2, so I rolled a 19.
Okay,
Very nice.
forge lights.
Yay!
And as the forge ignites with a blinding radiance, threads of light shoot towards the wall and back out the door you came. The ones that shoot towards the wall reform this shattered sigil that's on the wall, and with a low groan, the stone wall recedes, revealing another room beyond.
Very cool. But you
And
said they went out.
obviously the light also shot out the other direction, maybe going back to the stairs, who knows. But that other room.
Here we go.
And as it does, a compartment opens up at the bottom of the forge.
Oh.
And you see about 100 gold pieces in these ancient gold coins that they radiate like slight, like an orange.
Getting
color.
these coins.
Oh, look, I found coins.
They I mean, they don't. It's not a lot of light, but I mean, you could see them in the dark if you lost them there. And there is a stone, like a square stone that just has like markings on it. It's known as a radiant forge stone. Once per day, it will add 1d4 radiant damage to a weapon strike.
Damn.
But only once
How
per
do you
day.
have to hold it? Do you have to wear it?
It's like a wet
you have to have it on you, and it has to be activated.
How do you
It's like as a
activate it?
bonus action, you activate the forge stone, and then it gives you plus 1d4 radiant damage.
Is it like a whetstone where you would sharpen your?
Yeah, that kind of. That's what it looks like. It looks like
Okay,
a
that's what I figured too.
It adds 1d4 radiant.
radiant damage to a weapon strike
Once per day.
once per day. But that
Um,
room is now open on the other side.
Yeah,
it is
sure
a
is.
massive chamber, or it seems to be a massive chamber. The air is thick with radiant pressure as it opens. The very stone radiates a faint hum. There are cracked murals along the walls of room 12 that seem to depict the rise and fall of this Celestian order that kind of maintained or tried to maintain the evil here. At the center, atop a dais of shattered crystal, that dais is shattered crystal, stands a towering armored figure. Flames flicker within its hollow helm, and a massive greatsword is driven into the floor before it.
This one doesn't look friendly.
It's a massive suit of armor.
Looks to be an empty suit of armor standing there. What it seems to be.
Yeah, I don't trust that at all. Do you wanna? Yeah. I'll make my way into the room and go here.
She says, this
Cass
is
will
likely the champion we must
follow behind.
defeat.
Okay.
Is
Just make sure everything here is updated.
that okay, Fade?
You can put me in.
Are we good?
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
One more.
All right,
There
we
you
are
go.
updated.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. As you've all entered, the empty armor raises its head. You who seek the path. Its voice intones like metal dragging across stone. Prove that the light is still worthy. Initiatives.
Okie doke.
Yeah,
Come on, oh Jesus. That's horrible.
Ooh,
this one's going to be
nice.
fun.
Yeah, I don't like when you say things like that.
Yeah, this one's going to be fun.
It
I'm not
scares
kidding.
me when you say things like that.
Okay, well, initiative wasn't the greatest, but that's okay.
Thank God I cast False Life on myself. It's a good spell. Actually, I have a fun spell that I've been waiting to try.
Okay, sorry, Onyx, what's your roll?
7.
7. Cass?
18.
Val?
What's that again?
Initiative.
Initiative?
That would be 16.
And Fade?
22.
All right,
Nice.
let's see, Fade's going first. All right, Fade, what are you doing?
She says, all right, and takes her focus, and she sends a chromatic, chromatic orb. Am I trying to say that? Say that right? Yes, chromatic orb. Which,
Okay.
because Fade is of the draconic bloodline, she will change that to an unusual damage type of force damage. Hurling a
damage,
4-inch diameter sphere of energy at a creature that you can see within range, and I'm changing one of those damage types that I would choose to force.
Okay, and what is the saving throw? Or is it a targeted?
No, I have to make a ranged attack.
Okay.
We got this.
Ooh, I rolled an 18. That's 24
Beats
to
it.
hit. 24 to hit.
Okay. It's got an 18 armor class, but yeah, or you're good.
Yeah, but I rolled 24 because it was plus 6 on my chromatic orb.
Okay, damage.
3d8. 3d8. Now let's look at the force one. Force is with you.
That's very cool.
It's called when casting a spell that deals damage, you change its damage type to force damage if it originally deals acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. So it's just force touched magic. So it's 3d8.
What's the damage?
14.
Okay.
Somebody wake up Jack.
Wake up.
Val.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Jeez.
We got you.
All right, so it's my turn, I'm guessing.
Nope.
No, we're just
No.
hearing you
Not yet.
snoring.
We're just keeping it awake, buddy.
My word, man.
That's amazing.
He can.
They
I can
just
fall
hit this
asleep
thing
anywhere.
with a chromatic orb of force damage for 14 points.
Okay.
And that's all I can really do right now. So it's the next person's turn that rolled 18.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that.
Yep, it looks to be Cass. You're up,
Cass would like to rage.
and Val, you're on deck. Don't fall asleep.
All right. I am large size now. casts just a mighty roar and grows to large size and takes 2 huge swings at the suit of armor. I got a 19 and a 22.
Nice.
It hits. Now, what are you hitting it with?
I am hitting it with my my new longsword. I am
Okay.
dual wielding it. So hold on 1 second. I gotta grab a D10. Where are you two? There you are. Okay. All right. Well, I need 2 D10s.
By the
Makes
way,
you
it is
happy.
undead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh
Lots
boy.
of damage.
Okay, just give me a sec.
Lots of potential damage anyway.
10, 14, 20.
It's got a 3-digit hit point, so we're good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. This will be fun.
What, you think the boss is gonna be easy?
No. I've been anxious for this.
39 damage.
Saving.
39. Nice.
Nice. So now he's bloodied, maybe. He's down 50 feet.
Okay, Val, you're up.
Okay. The first thing she's going to do is cast Guiding Bolt at 3rd level.
Yes.
And does a 30-20 hit.
Yep.
That's a lot of damage, too.
66. Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
5, 3, 3, 2,
That's 11.
4, 2.
17.
20?
19 total.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got
9.
20.
Oh. Two, 3, 5, 4. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I count 18.
18 damage?
We all
Yeah.
matched 3 different ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Whatever.
So you did 18 damage. What? Yeah.
Radiant.
Radiant damage. So it only takes 9.
Okay.
Okay, resistance to radiant.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's okay. Better than nothing.
Well, that's
So
good to
that
know.
worked wonderful. As a reaction, it uses Sentinel of the Order. And as you do that, you cast that guiding bolt towards it. It just almost like a backhand with its massive sword, its great blade, swings out at you.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Still has to hit you, though.
All right.
Could I activate my sentinel feat off its sentinel feat?
Dual sentinel.
What's depending on what your Sentinel feat is worded as?
When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a creature other than you, and that target doesn't have this feat, Sentinel, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against the attacking creature.
And the target doesn't have the feat you just said.
Well, it's
Yeah,
using Sentinel feat.
Yeah. Just refer to a target other than you, and that target doesn't have. Wait, does that target refer to the person being attacked?
He cannot have Sentinel.
Yeah.
So no, your Sentinel feat can't feed off another Sentinel feat against
Okay.
the Sentinel feat use. Yeah.
That's too bad.
So
Cool.
it is a 19 to hit you, Val.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, you are hit with the
That was
great.
cool.
It's called the Great Blade of Judgment.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
3.
Why do I feel like this is gonna hurt?
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
14 plus 9, 14 plus 2d8.
Holy.
Okay. And 10, so 24 points of radiant damage. Or sorry, 14 slashing, 14 slashing and 10 radiant.
14 slashing, 10 radiant.
Yeah, in case you have resistance.
Okay, so let's do the 14 slashing first.
Well, resistant to cold. That's cool.
And 10 radiant, you said?
Yep.
I'm down
Oh, damn.
because radiant damage does double on me.
Oh dear.
Are you sure?
I
How does
believe
it-
so. I
How come?
Because he's a reborn. He's undead.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, they're not exactly undead. I didn't realize though that radiant did double damage on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's a
So
problem.
you've dropped. Now that was a reaction. On its turn,
Oh, dear.
as a bonus action, it's going
Was
to use.
not expecting that.
It is going to use
All right.
Radiant Pulse as a bonus action. So everybody else in the room must make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Radiant Pulse.
Oh, because I'm down, Warding Bond is, I believe, officially broken. Let me
Yes.
double check.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. This spell ends when you drop to 0 hit points.
So what did you get on your saving throw, guys?
18.
You're fine. And an 18.
13 for me.
Onyx, you're blind.
Oh, damn. All right.
Fade. Did we lose Fade?
I don't think so.
Let me see. Oh, it says she's here.
This guy is bushwhacking us.
I
It
got
says
something up my
22
sleeve.
is what I said.
Oh, 22. Okay, yeah,
That's
sorry.
weird.
We just couldn't hear you there.
Okay.
Okay, so you're fine. So only Onyx is blind. So that was its bonus action.
That wasn't very nice.
As his action,
That wasn't very nice.
Here's your line. Yeah, there is a line. So it's going to do this towards facing towards Cass and Onyx because it does a 30-foot line, 5 feet wide of radiant fire. As it's one free hand like grasps the sigil on its armor of his chest and flings it out as this line of fire just streaks towards. I need Cass a dexterity saving throw, and I need Onyx to do a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage because you're blind.
Yeah, that's what I figured. No, that's not horrible. It's still going to get bad. Fuck, it's going to hurt.
15.
10.
Jesus. You both failed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I figured.
I don't know what your hit points are like, but you both take 32 points radiant damage.
Fuck me. That hurt.
And Fade's not
I'm
in
still
that.
up.
Okay. And that's at the end of its turn. So now,
It's not
Onyx.
very nice.
Onyx, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Take this down right away.
No.
We'll
now
go
I'm
down.
pissed. I'm blind. Give me a second here. Let me see if I just want to read the condition for blind. Just know what I'm dealing with here.
And while that's happening, Fade, make me because you're going to be the next up at the top of the round. You could make me a perception check.
Sight. It doesn't say that I can't cast spells.
No, you
Nat
can
20.
cast a spell. If it's a visual that you need to do, though, it's at disadvantage. Like if you have to do a target, it's at disadvantage. That's all.
Yeah.
If it's an area of effect spell, you're good.
That's a nat 20 for a 23 total.
Nice.
The walls around this room You know those shadows you've seen earlier, those shadow creatures?
Yes.
They seem to be there seems to be multiples of them in the walls, moving around, almost like circling the room, watching.
That sounds
Shadows in the walls.
They're not
I'm-
in the room; they're in the wall.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on myself because I
Okay.
hate black. That's not fun. And then I'm gonna see again. That's an action, unfortunately, though. Well, that was bonus action, though. Oh, yeah. No, I can't do that. But I can do that. Give me a second here. I apologize. I was unprepared
Okay.
for that. But I can do that. I am going to cast as a cantrip, Spare the Dying on Val, which means that he becomes stable. He still has 0 hit points, but he says you touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, the creature becomes. Never mind. Doesn't work. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Sorry.
No, it does work. I think Reborn are not technically undead. They're just some.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Would that work?
Yep.
Should work. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I
then
got
will
this.
cast
I
Spare the
got
Dying.
this from the manual. They are not undead,
So-
so they can.
Okay, cool.
You
Yeah,
are
then-
at 0 hit points.
Then I will
Val.
You're
You're
but
unconscious.
you're not dying anymore, so
But you're not. You don't have to make a death saving throw. So or risk
which is really
whatever.
fucking good because we need everybody on this one.
Yeah.
And that's my turn, unfortunately. I wish I could do
Okay.
more, but I
So
was
that brings us then to top of the round. Fade, you're up.
Fade
I'm gonna go down. That's not good.
is going to move to where she can do a Sorcerer's Burst, changing the damage type to Force. Sorcerer's Burst. So I'm rolling.
Oh, I wish I could have done that.
Does a 19 hit it?
Yes, it. Well, actually, you know what? So what happens? It like something flies out at it.
Well, Sorcerer's Burst. Let me read it to you. Yeah, it would be kind of like the chromatic orb.
So some kind of magical thing just kind of bursts around it. He will use one legendary action as defensive pulse, getting 2 armor class. So he's got an armor class of 20. So no, it misses.
You son of a.
Well, then, bonus action. She's going to set off a dragon's breath on herself. So she will be exhaling energy on him, which will also come out as force energy.
Okay.
Sick.
And that
Oh, I'm gonna do that next
Got a
turn.
20 armor class
Is
until
it-
next turn.
is a dirty 20.
You just hit it. Beats it.
Ooh.
All right, so now I got to check my damage.
Oh, but that
For
son of a.
Dragon's Breath. And it's force damage. And you are doing 3d6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. 12 points.
Okay.
Damage.
All right. It damaged it for sure. All right. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Then that takes us to Cast. Cast, you're up.
Oh boy.
Yes, yeah. This is a big one.
Oh, dirty 20 and a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
you know what? I gotta
I'll-
bring you back up.
all right. Okay. So D10 and a D10 and a D6. The magical extra D6 I wouldn't double, just the weapon roll, right?
That's right.
Okay. All right.
I like the sounds of lots of dice rolling.
7, 4, 8. So 24 for the first hit. Yes, 24 for the first hit.
Okay.
And 20 for the 20 for the second hit.
Oh, it's bloodied, all right.
Cass us out another big spittle roar, saying, "Don't touch my friends."
Let me see. This time, instead of going at Val, it's going to use its Sentinel of the Order. We can't do, because you have Sentinel as well, so we can't do Sentinel on you. It will do it on. I can't really see Onyx. You're behind a bear. So Fade, you're going to get a massive Great Blade coming down towards you as its reaction.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Fade.
And that is a 27 to hit.
Holy
No avoiding that.
shit. Yeah, right.
What type of damage is it?
13 slashing
Okay.
and 9 radiant.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that was its reaction on being hit by the bear.
He's a big boy.
Yes, and that takes us. Val, you're down, so you don't get an action.
I'm not down anymore. I should be at. I'm unconscious, right?
Yes.
So shouldn't I be able to? I'm trying to remember how that works now.
You're unconscious. Until
Yeah,
someone puts
you don't have any hit points, but you're not dying.
Okay. I see.
Okay, so
I'm tired.
I can hopefully take care of that if I don't die this turn.
will he do that again?
Oh, I really hope he doesn't. Please don't. That hurt a bit.
Oh, really?
No, it's actually, you know what? He's going to focus two attacks on. It's going to do a double attack on Cass with its sword. And that is a 16 to hit on the first one.
That misses. Yes.
Natural 20, so that's a 28 to hit.
Damn it.
And that's on that. So let's deal with that first. So that is double the initial. So,
well, you're raging, aren't you? So you would take a little bit less damage. I mean, that might help a bit.
I'll instead of getting, I'll take half of whatever.
Yeah,
whatever it
might
does.
help a little bit.
So 14 slashing, which is double. They rolled really low. And 9 radiant.
Okay, that's not bad.
So I take the full 9 radiant. You said 14 slashing damage?
So you take 7 slashing. But now he's going to use legendary action Spectral Slam, which gives him 1 more great blade attack.
That's not
And
fun.
that is a 15 plus 8, so 23 to hit.
That hits.
Damn. Oh, wow.
And that is ouch. 11 plus 6. 17 slashing.
Oh,
And 10 radiant.
You said 17 slashing? So it drops down to 8.
8.
Okay.
8. Yeah.
Okay.
And then 10 radiant.
Great.
you know
And
what?
that will be his action. His turn.
Oh, fuck yeah! I forgot about that. That makes me happy. Okay, cool.
So that now takes us to Onyx. You're up.
Oh, that's fabulous. I'm going to move up to Val, and I finally get to use Circle of Mortality, which means that I restore maximum possible HP on my die when I'm curing Val. Which means I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 3. So 8, 16,
Maximum.
24. Or you get 28 hit points back.
Wow.
Which is
28,
awesome. 28 hit points.
Okay. And that will actually take us into the top. If you're done, top of the round will be Fade.
Yeah, give me one second. I'm not sure. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm done.
Fade will fade
Hang on.
away, stepping back
Wait, sorry.
and going into the doorway.
1 second, Fade.
Okay. Sorry. 1 second. I'm not done yet.
Apologize.
No, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure I'm done. I am done. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, Fade, what are you doing?
It said she will fade away, stepping back 10 feet and into the doorway. And she will drink that other healing potion that they found.
Okay. So that's your action?
Yes.
That's good.
Okay. That takes us to Cass.
All right. Cass is just going to start swinging again.
You think you casted that at level 3, by the way?
Yes.
Cure Wounds does 68 plus 3 at...
It does not. I'm not sure what you're looking at, but at level 3, it should only do 3d8.
Yeah, it's 1d8 per level.
That's weird. Why is it telling me differently then?
I have no idea why yours is so. That's why I questioned it when you did it earlier on. It was like 68. That's not right.
What the?
Yeah, it's 3d8 at 3rd level.
I have no idea why yours is
giving me
5.
double?
I have no idea.
That's weird. Why is D&D Beyond being weird?
All right.
All right. So where are we at?
I got a dirty 20 and a 22.
Hits both. His AC is back to 18. So
yeah, that's really weird.
Although, does he have? We gotta just double check something. The 22 hits. He actually uses defensive pulse again to increase his armor class for the next turn. So the 20 will miss. The 22 will hit.
All right.
No, I didn't. So. Oh wow. This is a tough fight. Damn. I'm enjoying this.
23 damage for 1 hit.
Hey, there you go.
The Armored Warden drops to 1 knee.
Damn.
The flames in its helm flicker and fade. Its words, again, like metal dragging across stone. You have rekindled what was lost. It whispers as it crumbles to ash, leaving only the greatsword behind.
I will be doing that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
If I knew it was that close, I wouldn't have stepped into the doorway. I just would have drank the potion right then and there and fired off something.
Yeah, I had 17 hit points. If that thing had hit me one more time, I would have been done.
I'm at 13.
I was wondering how low you were.
I was at 9.
Ooh. That was a good fight.
Okay, so you now have this great sword, and it is just that. It is a great sword. It does... It's 2d6 damage normally.
No, I don't think it's more than that.
Plus, in your hands, it will also do an additional 2d6 radiant damage.
Ooh.
And once per day, you have to attune, by the way, to this sword. Once per day, it will cast Shield of Faith on you.
Very nice.
Ah,
Magical greatsword.
I now know why.
Why is that?
There have been 2 printed versions of Cure Wounds.
That's odd.
The 2014 one does 1d8, and the 2024
the new one does more,
2.
Really?
No, it does 1d8 as
Wait,
well. I already know what I know what's going on now. D&D Beyond actually announced that there's a bug. There's a bug on some of their system with the 2014 and the 2024 rule updates. That sometimes there's like duplication overlays, so you kind of got to watch for that. But apparently, there's very few of them. Now we found one. You might want to submit that to D&D Beyond and let them know that you found one of the glitches.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because even when it's describing the spell, it's saying 2d8. So if that's a glitch,
weird.
then
yeah. So
That
when you guys have defeated this, you're able to return back to room 7, and the wavy curtain blocking your path is gone. With stairs that go up. However, with that, we are going to end this episode.
That's fair.
Of Into the Depths. You have completed level
This was
3.
good.
yeah.
Now, you have the treasures that were awarded. There were gold coins given out throughout the way. Some of you have
25
magical
each.
items.
Fade will hand them all out, so everybody
I'll
has
take it.
25.
They are just gold coins, unless you want, for flavor, you can mention that they are slightly radiating like an orange color, like a glow, because they are like they're like an ancient, magically pressed coin. I'm just looking at the.
Wait.
I just need to look at something here. Give me a minute, guys. I want to make sure you guys are given the correct.
What is that?
Somebody else can take that square stone, radiant forge stone thing, because I don't do weapon strikes
Oh my
often
God,
enough
I'm
to
so
make it
stupid.
worth my while keeping it.
And I don't think it would add more radiant damage to my greatsword, because that would be nuts.
Sorry, what was that?
The square radiant forge stone that adds 1d4 as a bonus action to activate, and it
That
adds
the
radiant
whetstone
damage.
one.
Yeah.
Valno actually would like to have that if that's being offered up.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't use it, so.
So if Cass
Probably
is
next
taking
game.
the great sword,
I believe so, yeah.
then who?
Yeah,
gives
Cass
the
has got the
+1?
great sword, but Cass also got the other long sword too. So
Yeah.
unless he's giving that away,
I
can't
can
use it, so.
I can give that up, or I'll just sell it.
Sell it. Yeah.
Somebody in the Fox might be able to use it.
Oh yeah.
Gabba might be able to use it, actually. That would be really handy for Gabba, I think.
okay. So let me total all this up now. I want to make sure you guys get your XP before we end the
That's awesome.
session. I know some of you were really close to leveling up.
This is the first time I've seen Valno actually go down, I think.
Okay, all players, you guys all take 1,350 experience points each.
150?
1,350.
Nice.
I know some of you just leveled.
Yes.
Not
they go to
yet.
level 4.
Runetash, I think, would have, but that's okay. Cass
I'm
is
almost
better.
a level 6. That's crazy.
Yeah, some of you are already higher level. Fade was only level 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn. How do I get level 6?
And a wimpy sorcerer, so she's squishy.
Ooh.
So you said 1,300, so that's 1,350, right?
Yes.
Right.
Holy Nikes.
All right, so that ends our level 3 Into the Depths. We will begin our next episode of Into the Depths at level 4, episode 1. I will have all of you just in case, I'm not saying, because again, I don't know the availability of other players. If someone else is available and wants to take a seat, they have that option. So roll me a d20, and the lowest will be the one that doesn't wake up on level 4.
16 for Fade.
8 for Val.
Roll.
13.
Oof, 19.
Okay, so Val, you're the odd man out.
Yep.
So if there is another player for next session, you will be replaced. So with that in mind, I want to thank everybody for watching this episode. As chaotic as these may be, as dungeon crawls to watch, I think the players, I'm hoping the players are enjoying dungeon crawl antics.
Yes.
It's not the be all and end all of all of our characters, which is a nice part of being part of Deacon's Table. The fact that we do have ongoing campaigns, we have role playing in the Discord, we've got other sessions that happen with the mini adventures and so on, which are more role play based. This is definitely dungeon crawl, and it's meant to be just that. So our next mini adventure, I think, is not going to be a dungeon crawl, although there is another mini adventure coming up, which hopefully will finish the Blackthorn Keep or Blackthorn Dungeons. That is a dungeon crawl as well, but we're nearing the end of that one, which is a good thing, I think. So we'll get through that coming up, and then we do have another mini adventure coming soon. And as I mentioned, we have Southern Expanse starting on Thursdays in July. So that is coming rather quickly. So it's going to be fun. So anyway, guys, from Deacon's Table to all of you out there, thank you. To my cast of characters and players, thank you for taking part in this particular finishing off this level, which was really exciting. I rather enjoyed it. I think it was interesting. Wait till next level.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Either way, guys, until next time, I hope all your rolls are critical, not just the 20, also the 1, because a 1 can be just as much fun in the role play. So bye for now, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.